Thanks, Tom. Again, thank you everyone for coming out on this Saturday. I had the pleasure of meeting David Canavan from HUD, the Office of Special Needs Assistance Programs, which is SNAP, and that is the office that as the COC that we work with to do all of our COC applications and kind of oversees the COC. And so David and I've met a couple times, and he met with the executive team to talk to us about what was happening not only with the campfire, but with and how that affects our homeless population and how we were moving forward. Because like Tom said, we were moving forward as a COC with great solutions on how to address and manage our homeless population that we had in all of Butte County. And the campfire just kind of added a special layer of challenges to us. And so David is here along with the Red Cross and Red Cross. Okay, Red Cross. Sorry. No problem. Okay. And so they're here to help us understand what is going on currently, and also to help us understand some options that we may have as a COC. Not only to blend what we had been doing with the campfire disaster survivors, but also an opportunity for some things that we may not have thought about that we will now have the option to do. So this is really just a community conversation with potentially some action from the council as needed for kind of moving forward. So with that, it's David from SNAP, and then we've got Kathy and Tony. Kathy and Tony from the Red Cross, and both of them the Red Cross can tell you about what's going on with the shelters, and some of we all know, let's be honest, the tent city in the Walmart, which is no longer there if you drove by today. So I will kind of hand it over to David to kind of take it from here and have our community more knowledgeable.
Great, thank you so much, Jennifer. I am pleased is the wrong word, because the circumstances that meet in communities are often terrible. I was in North Carolina at the beginning of this month, and I was in Florida middle of this month, and going community to community in these moments of crisis gives me an opportunity to see the strength in communities, and unfortunately, I see the impact that catastrophic events can have on a community. The SNAP's office, my role within that team, I am a contractor. I direct the disaster technical team. So for those of you who are HUD grantees, you know that often you get technical assistance from HUD to help you execute your grants, but whether that's a IH grant or a SNAP's grant or whatever. The SNAP's office administers about $2.5 billion in grants in the United States, Guam to Puerto Rico, Maine to Alaska. And the TA team engages in moments like this because we have seen how much the COC's strength in many communities contributes to positive outcomes subsequent to a catastrophic event. Starting with Hurricane Katrina, really began to better understand that without some of the knowledge and skills that you all bring to these events, the housing first orientation, the low barrier program design, the kind of hallmarks of SNAP's programs, that unfortunately folks who are on the edge of homelessness, the group we call precariously housed, people who are doubled up, living on somebody else's Section 8, nervous to identify themselves as part of a household, using this as an opportunity to depart a domestic violence situation. All of the diversity of our community emerges in the aftermath of a catastrophic event. Without all of our resources and tools that you all bring to the table, we are not as successful in meeting those challenges. And that is on top of the folks who are already experiencing homelessness. So part of what I would like to do for my time today is to talk a little bit about the context of the things that are happening around you, share with you how some of our partners in disaster response and recovery approach their work, how that about what's happening with the disaster shelter. And at that point, I'll turn some of the conversation over to our partners, Kathy and Tony, from the Red Cross to talk about what the plan is, the big vision. And then I think the conversation then opens to you all to think about how you as a community, you as the COC here in this jurisdiction, want to intersect or interact with all of these partners. And I have worked with several of your members individually. The state is doing some amazing outreach in Walmart. To think about how you as a community, you as the COC here in this jurisdiction, want to intersect or interact with all of these partners. And I have worked with several of your members individually. The state was doing some amazing outreach in Walmart. The Torres Shelter has represented you very well at the meetings that I've been at that I will talk a little bit about. Jennifer has done excellent. Your executive team made themselves available very quickly. You have been well represented and engaged. I know that I have not been able to speak with all of you, and that many of you have really important roles here in the community. I am happy to stay here for as long as you want to talk after today's meeting. So there is no intent to exclude anybody. It is simply a matter of time. I arrived at 1 a.m. Monday and have been in meetings since then. So just to give you a sense of the kinds of pieces that are moving around you, I'll start with the California Coordinating and Financing Council, which coordinates your heat fund. Joy and I were able to attend, and Kathy were able to attend their meeting earlier this week, Saturday this week, and talk with them about how urgent it is to move your heat applications out the door, that we need money in the field, that many of our agencies here in this room have the skills and expertise to execute these visions. Unfortunately, what we don't have are funds to drive overtime or bring in the lease staff or invite our partners from neighboring communities to join them. And so expediting some of our funds can be great. The flip side of that, though, is we don't want to use this really tiny pot of money that we've worked so hard for so many years on a giant problem that is brand new that also will have a lot of resources. We have partners at Cal OES, the Federal Emergency Management Agency, has been meeting since the event at the State Operations Center down in Sacramento. Been lucky enough to join some of those meetings and are thinking as creatively as they can. And many of them, those partners, will take the big lift of the folks who had a mortgage, had a lease that they could document, had all of the things that their programs are targeted towards. And FEMA's big program is called one of their two big programs is called individual assistance. That's the assistance that goes to households, to people. And one of the key elements of one of those programs is around being able to document your living situation, that you were an occupant in the jurisdiction of the disaster at the time of the event. And then for many of our community members, that's an easy thing to do. For some of our community members, that's not such an easy thing. So where we have seen on a national scale and in many other events, the strength of the COC comes in for those community members who cannot show up with a copy of their mortgage or their lease, who will not ever be able to get any kind of voucher that they were there, and are now, their lives are as destabilized as any individual that was housed. And many of our emergency partners approach housing with the vision of how do we return households to their pre-disaster status. So where were you before the event? How do you get out of there? And that vision is very clear when we have a housing unit involved in that. You were a renter, you were a condo owner, you owned a single family home. That vision is less clear when you were experiencing homelessness. Then you end up with two different types of homelessness. You have the Department of Education folks under that definition of homelessness, where you could be doubled up and going to school. So for those of you who have studied homelessness for years, you know that that's one group. And then you have your HUD definition of homelessness, which means you are actually on the street. And those two numbers are different. We always know the Department of Education definition creates a bigger bucket than the HUD definition. Well, we'll talk another day about that. And so those groups are the groups that I would encourage you, if you so choose, to focus on. Those are the groups that there is not a deep bench or a broad experience in our partners of emergency management. They don't work with this community of people on a regular basis. And I'll let my partners, the Red Cross, talk about the Red Cross, but 90% of their organization is volunteer-driven. So, as you all know, when we work with volunteers, you've got folks who bring different sets of skills to that engagement. And we need those skills for sure, but we also need folks who do this on a regular basis. In a local community, in a local jurisdiction, that is often the people who sit around this table or tables like this. And so I think this is, for me, this is amazing. A room full of folks. It is heartening. In every meeting that I have been in all week, everybody has said, what can we do? How can we help? HCD, DSF, your state agencies, your housing authority, everybody wants to help. Everybody is also terrified of somehow blocking you from doing the thing you need to do. And so my hope is that meetings like this, they'll be the first one. Some group of us will move forward together one way or another. We will start to map out what that intersection is and how we can add our skills, but not do so in a way that keeps some extra resource that we need from coming into the community. So I've talked with some of your state partners and about, how do we reach out to other public housing authorities in the area to talk about what happens with them? How do we reach out to our other 52 COCs in the state of California and engage with them? How do we work with other organizations that have a geographic breadth to them? Because we know none of us, unfortunately, have the ability to conjure housing out of what we have first. And it will be a period of time until this area returns to a place where it can support all of the community members that it's supported. We want to do everything we can to enable that success. But there will be an interval of time where people need to identify an interim solution. And I think many of you will be part of that